Greetings and salutations, YouTubers. This is ZillaFan85 back today with my latest video, my latest figure review. Today we're going to go ahead and take a look at the Bandai 2004 Anguirus. So of course this is Anguirus' design from the 2004 film Godzilla Final Wars. You know, I'm kind of hit and miss on this particular incarnation of Anguirus. You know, I think when I first saw it, I thought it was kind of cool looking, but as time went on, I'm kind of, you know, pulled back on that sentiment. I'm not super fond of this. I prefer Anguirus' Showa incarnation. You know, definitely the 68, you know, design. You know, and I think I've actually stated in the past that I actually prefer Anguirus' original 1955 design most of all. So like I said, I'm not too crazy about this particular incarnation, but what I did appreciate was, of course, in Final Wars that they did at long last bring Anguirus back in the film. You know, he's certainly one of my favorite kaiju of all time. If you've ever seen my top 10 favorite kaiju, you know, he's well on that list. So, you know, so I was really happy that they brought him back for Godzilla Final Wars. And I enjoy Final Wars as a film, you know, a lot. It's personally my favorite of the Millennium Era films, and you know, in my top 10 Godzilla films of all time. Again, if you've seen that ranking list, which does need to be updated, by the way. But yeah, so I got this. At the time when I bought this figure, I actually did not have any other versions of Anguirus. I didn't have any other figures of him. I didn't, you know, I didn't have the Gashapon ones that I now have. You know, and I do have the Revoltech Anguirus, which is of course based on his Showa 68 design. I love that figure. One of, if not my favorite Revoltech figures, which I'm really looking forward to reviewing in the future. But at least, though, you know, I've wanted, like I said, at the time when I bought this, I had wanted an Anguirus figure for the longest time. And, you know, when I got this, I was just really excited to finally have an Anguirus in my collection. So certainly some significance there. And I actually bought it around the time when it was released, or shortly after it had been released. So, you know, definitely another cool little fun fact here. So we're going to go ahead and jump into the review. We're going to start out, because I do have his tag here, so you can see the movie image. I'll just kind of show the camera over there. Sure you guys can see that. Pretty good money shot there. That's during that confrontation scene when Godzilla fought Anguirus, Rodan, and King Caesar. You got the information on here, and that says 2005 because I believe that's when this particular figure was released. They did re-release this one and some of those other Final Wars figures that they had produced, like him and Rodan and whatnot. I believe in 2019 is when they reissued these as part of their Bandai Movie Monster Series line. But I have the original version of it, obviously. But here you can see the copyright information on the bottom of the card here. You know, so nice, really cool. We got little some little legal information on the inside of it. Another image of Anguirus there in black and white. Again, so looks pretty cool, And then of course the Godzilla trademark on the back here with that silhouette image that they've got there. And of course the standard Bandai, again Bandai 2005, made in China. So, very cool. Again, I do like keeping these as a sort of collector card, if you will. So definitely enjoy having that. So as far as the figure itself, the paint and detail here. So we'll start at the face here. Pretty nicely detailed for a Bandai vinyl figure. You got all those sort of rivets there on the top of his head. All the sort of detail work that they did there. That little horn, which is done in a creamish color there. Same for the teeth, like a cream bone color for the horn, and the teeth are a little bit more of an off-white bone color. You got the red for the tongue, and a little bit of detail work on the inside of the mouth. The eyes done with the white eyes and sort of like these brownish, reddish, brownish pupils and the little black dots in the center there. You guys can see on the eyes there, so it looks pretty nice. The skin all done in this sort of grayish, sort of like an off grayish color for the main part of his skin, as you guys can see. Then you've got the crest on the back of his head, which is pretty pointy to the touch, and that's done in a sort of tannish color here. So you guys can see that. It's a little bit, it's not perfectly clean, as you can see though, because the paint seems like it's kind of sprayed on. The paint kind of bleeds off there onto the skin. You can see that as it kind of bleeds onto the grayish skin there. And the same thing here for the carapace on his back there with all the spikes protruding. Again, they detailed pretty nicely, and again, they do feel, fairly sharp to the touch. Not super sharp, but definitely, no pun intended, get the point. So, and again, done in that tannish color. But again, though, in between, still all in that tannish color, all like almost like a shell looking thing. From what I recall of the film, it was really only the spikes that were in this color, but the sort of shell part in between was still more in that gray color. So again, this was probably just kind of sprayed on. So, but looks decent enough nonetheless. And a little bit of a darker shading of that tan color for the spikes that protrude off of the sides here on his front legs. You got more of the creamish color for the claws there. And again, fairly sharp. Really no paint on the bottom of them. That's kind of notorious for Bandai's work, but you do have some nice padding on the bottom of his feet there. Nice little detail work. Nice sort of wrinkles and lines on the front legs, and you got the where these spikes are, you got like a little bit of armor plating there. So it's definitely some cool features to him. I'm just overall not as thrilled with this design as the older incarnations of Anguirus. But again, some more of that like armor plating for his chest and abdomen area on his underbelly here. Again, you can see more of the wrinkles on the legs there. It looks pretty cool. Back legs have shorter tan spikes here, and again, some armor plating. And again, that cream color for the claws there. So you can see all that on the other leg as well. And then you got the tail, again, that gray color, and it's got some nice scaly texturing, scaly / armor plating, I should say, for the tail. See, going all the way down it, and that sort of ankylosaurus tip for it with the spikes protruding on there. So definitely looks a little bit more ankylosaurus-like than some of his other incarnations, especially with the way that the tail was done. Again, that cream color for those spikes there. The underside of the tail still detailed pretty well. You got the wrinkles and lines segmenting the tail. All looks pretty nice. And then, of course, you got the Bandai logoing here. I don't know how well you guys can see that, but you can see the Toho copyright information there, along with the Bandai information. So pretty cool. So overall, for paint and detail work, like I said, I think it's decent. It's a little sloppy in areas. Again, it's a Bandai vinyl figure, so these are in the sort of cheaper, cheaper price range that these were mass produced at. So not going to be super, super perfect, I guess I should say. You know what I mean? So, but it's pretty decent overall. I mean, I do definitely like it. And again, it was my first time getting an Anguirus figure, so it's got some sentimental, nostalgic value for me. So, can't believe it's already been 16 years going on that I got this guy. But anyways, though, so other than the paint and detail, now just look at the articulation. So you do have rotation here at the base of the neck. So again, so you got the vinyl style rotation. So, and the neck, you can spin it all the way around if you have any need to do so. But it does make it all the way around. And you got the front legs. Again, you can get those all the way around. So it does do it. And doesn't really rub up against anything, so it's not too bad. The hind legs as well have rotation, and again, can go spin all the way around, as you guys can see there. And that's pretty much it. The tail doesn't have anything, so just those 5 basic points of articulation. Again, standard for your Bandai vinyl figures. So that pretty much covers it now. We've done paint and detail and articulation. Now we'll look at the at sizing here for this guy. So he is considered in the 6-inch range, so he will size in well with your other 6-inch figures. So I don't have a lot of Final Wars figures. I do have the Final Wars Rodan, which I'm planning to review next time. I don't have him out right now, but I do have out my my figure from my last review, the Bandai 1975 Godzilla. So, and I'll just kind of lift it because I don't have it on the stand today, but I'll lift it up so you guys can see there. Now, obviously, the 75 Godzilla and this 2004 Anguirus from completely different eras, but you do see, though, they're both in the 6-inch range. Now, obviously, him 6 inches kind of, because he's lengthwise, so it's kind of going from there to there, and then obviously the tail is just is extra, as just as a standard rule of practice. But as you guys can see here, though, these figures actually do look really, really good together. I think so, anyway. So that's just to give you a little bit of a perspective of scale. So we'll take him out now. And I'm just kind of concluding here. So again, this was a pretty much a mass-produced release. When I got it, it was about $20. I think you can still kind of find these guys for that $20 to $30 range. And don't forget, they did reissue these as well for the Bandai Movie Monster Series, I believe in 2019. Correct me if I am wrong on that year, though. But again, they're like, basically in that sort of, 20, maybe $30, just depending on who you get them from. I got this from a toy seller online. I don't know if it was Toy Wiz or one of those places, but it was way back when, though. Which I had gotten a few vinyl figures from Bandai Vinyls. But I know you can find this on eBay and whatnot. You look up either the Final Wars Anguirus figure or 2004 Anguirus. So if you are interested, these again, they're not too difficult to find, and they should not break the bank. So if you're looking just to add an Anguirus for your collection, or you just really want the Final Wars Anguirus, definitely, definitely the way to go here. So I think that pretty much wraps it up for this video. I would certainly like to thank you guys so much for watching. If you would like to subscribe, please feel free to do so. If you would like to like and or comment on any of my videos, please feel free to do so as well. And just remember, until next time, ladies and gentlemen, you be good to yourselves, and sayonara.